Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Betting Insights. I'm your host, Timothy, of course. I'm joined by Sergio. Sergio, welcome.
Hey Tim, hey everybody.
Yes, welcome, everybody. As you know, we are giving out picks weekly for 5 different club competitions across Europe: Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, Eredivisie, and the Premier League. So let's not waste any time. Let's get started for our picks this weekend. Today we are starting with the Bundesliga, and first game on the schedule, Hoffenheim hosting St. Pauli. Hoffenheim wins set at 1.91. St. Pauli wins set at 3.9. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, I personally like Hoffenheim in this spot. Like them, they haven't shown that they're a very good team, but I think they're better than St. Pauli. I trust them at least to score goals because St. Pauli has scored 5 goals in 8 games. Hoffenheim 13 and 8. They've allowed 17, so defensive issues. But I'm still not comfortable playing the over 3.5. Not sure how much help I'm getting from St. Pauli, so I'm just taking Hoffenheim. What are you doing, Sergio?
I'm not. I'm not even considering Hoffenheim for a win here. The teams, Hoffenheim is supposed to be the better team, but this season they are a lot closer together than normal. So Hoffenheim, maybe because they're playing at home, but honestly, I don't think Hoffenheim is going to win this game either. So I was just looking at the draw.
Yeah, it's like that. That's why I said I like them. I don't love them. Surely don't think St. Pauli is winning this game. So if I have to pick a winner, it's Hoffenheim. Like I said, I like them. I don't love them. Not sure they're winning this game. All right. Next up, Bayern Munich hosting Union Berlin. Bayern wins set at 1.18. Union wins set at 15. Line for total goal set at 3.5. Now, this is a game where I think Bayern will win this game, and the odds also tell you that. But I'm not sure they're winning this game by the spread, right? So if you take St. Pauli plus 2.25 goals, you still get almost 2-1. That's a good odd, especially given that Union has only allowed 5 goals on the season. That's like a top two defense in the Bundesliga. So I'm not sure Bayern will score too much in this game. So taking like Union plus 2.25, Bayern would win by less than a 3 goal difference. I can see that happening. So that would be my play here. Are you doing something?
Yeah, I think Bayern will still score a lot of goals. Over 3.5. I was looking at the over 3.5. But Union can maybe score, but I'm looking at the over 3.5 here at 2.02. I see that the odds here almost, yeah, 2.02. Yes, over 3.5 is a better option here
But do you think Bayern
for
scores
me.
more than three or just over 3.5 for the game?
No, over 3.5 for the game.
So like Union, you're also expecting Union to score. So if you're not expecting Bayern to
Yeah,
score
at
more
least
than
one.
three, but you expect the over 3.5, like the plus 2.25 is also a good option.
Yeah, but over 3.5. Bayern scores a lot. Yeah, I don't know. The last two games they scored 9 goals already. Also, so yeah, it's Union. I don't think that their defense is capable of stopping Bayern. Also, so
Uh,
I
I
would
I
I would
think I
take the
think
over
they
three
can
and a half.
limit the goals. Scored Bayern has scored 9 goals across the last 2 games, but those were some awful defenses, man. Bochum and Mainz, and we'll get to those teams in a minute. But you saw against Barcelona, and obviously Union is not on the level of Barcelona, but Bayern only
Yeah,
scored one.
you can't compare that.
Yeah, I know, but Bayern
Yeah,
only scored one
yeah,
goal there against Aston Villa. Aston Villa also defended good. Bayern had trouble scoring. And against Leverkusen, they were also playing at home. Leverkusen also had a defensive approach. And that's not, Leverkusen is not a very good defensive team, at least not this year. They've already allowed 15 goals. Bayern also scored just one goal in that game. So if they face some good defenses, they have trouble breaking them down. I'm not sure they score more than 3 goals. Obviously, you're taking over 3.5 for the total game. So you're not saying Bayern scores more than 3 times. I'm not sure they're scoring a lot in this game. So I'm just taking Union +2. All right.
Yeah, maybe if they were playing away, then
Yeah, like I said, against Leverkusen, a team that has defensive issues this season, they only scored 1 goal and they were playing at home. So um, I get what you're saying, but I think Union can limit the goals Bayern will score in this game. All right, next up, Frankfurt hosting Bochum. Frankfurt wins set at 1.35. Bochum wins set at 8. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, Frankfurt's a very good team, very solid. Bochum's not good, not at all. Just last in the league, allowed 22 goals, just 1 point. So Frankfurt should have no trouble putting Bochum aside. Um, Over 3.5, not comfortable playing that one. Maybe parlay Frankfurt with another team. That would be my best option. Straight up, not really doing anything. Are you doing something, Sergio?
no, I'm gonna skip this one also. Over 3.5, yeah, too much. And 1.35 for a win. Frankfurt, yeah, is also just a little bit too low.
Yeah, that's why I said maybe look to parlay them with another team. Um, I'll look to play that. All right. Next up, Holstein Kiel hosting Heidenheim. Kiel wins set at 2.75. Heidenheim wins set at 2.65. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, this is a spot where I will play the over 2.5 goals. 2.5 is not that much given the defensive issues of these teams. Heidenheim already allowed 11 goals, Kiel already 23 goals, and they can score. Both teams average over a goal a game. So I can see this going over 2.5. Not really comfortable picking a winner here. Um, Although Kiel is just almost last in the Bundesliga. Uh, Given they're playing at home, I still think the odd is about right, almost to pick them. So just playing the over 2.5. Are you doing something?
Yeah, I'm going for a Heidenheim win here. Yes. Yeah, I like Heidenheim in this one. I think Heidenheim is the better team. Hosted kill just 2 points. Like you said, one of the worst teams in the Bundesliga this season. So I'm just going for a Heidenheim win here.
And Kiel obviously they haven't won at home yet. Actually they've lost all their home games, so um, not a bad pick. But listen, I still think
Yes, so,
I still think they'll start picking up some points, especially at home. Um, Obviously, not sure it will be this game. All right. Next up, Wolfsburg hosting Augsburg. Wolfsburg wins set at 1.98. Augsburg wins set at 3.75. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, another game where I like the over 2.5 goals. Uh, but my play in this game is Wolfsburg over 1.5 goals. Just gives you a little bit more value. Wolfsburg at home. If you look at the last couple of matches, they had a DFB Pokal Cup game in midweek against Dortmund where it went to extra time and they basically didn't score in the 90-minute mark. But still, if you look at the other home games, uh, first against Bayern, scored twice. Then against Frankfurt, okay, only scored 1 goal. Then against Stuttgart, scored twice. Against Bremen, scored twice, even though they played with 10 men for a majority of the game. So Wolfsburg can score when they're playing at home. I like them over 1.5 goals. I also kind of think they'll win this game, but I'll play the over 1.5 goals. What are you doing, Sergio?
yeah, I think they'll win this game also, but Augsburg sometimes can be yeah, hard not to crack. So it won't be an easy game, but I still believe Wolfsburg can win this one. So uh, I'm with you on this one. I'll go for a Wolfsburg win.
Yeah, and the reason I like the over 1.5 goals a little bit more is, like I said, Wolfsburg scores when they're playing at home, usually at least twice. And Augsburg has already allowed 19 goals on the season. That's like more than two a game. So Those things go just hand in hand. Wolfsburg over 1.5 goals. That's my play. All right. Next up, Dortmund hosting Leipzig. Dortmund wins set at 2.25. Leipzig wins set at 3. Line for total goals 3.5. Now, I don't really understand why Dortmund is favored in this game. Leipzig, very good defensively, only allowed 3 goals on the season. Already scored 14. Dortmund 15 scored, 14 allowed. So Leipzig basically scores as much as Dortmund, but Dortmund's just defensive issues, just crazy. So I'm not sure how much Dortmund will score in this game. Kind of leaning towards Leipzig. I don't like Simons being for this game, but my lean is towards Leipzig, at least for the moment. Are you doing something?
Yes, for me, I'm leaning towards Dortmund. Dortmund lost the last 3 games. Losing this one will make it 4 in a row. Yeah, I don't think that's more. I don't think that's Dortmund-like. So the last 3 games they played against each other, Leipzig won all 3 of them. So that's also something to look at. I think Dortmund now's the chance for them to gain some confidence and playing at home against Leipzig. I think it's the perfect atmosphere for them to at least make their comeback. So I'm going for a Dortmund win.
Yeah, Dortmund has only won one out of the last 5 games, but the 4 that they lost were all on the road. At home, still undefeated. So kind of speaks to what you're saying. Um, I get it. Like I said, if you look overall closely, they have some issues at home. Obviously, they're playing a lot better, so not a bad pick. Like I said, Simons being out kind of concerns me. So just I'm not sure I'm tailing you on this one. Dortmund win. Like I said, maybe I'll play a double chance for Leipzig. But what you're saying is not wrong. Dortmund obviously a very good home team, and not just this season, just across the past few years. And also a tough environment, tough place to play. So like you don't really want to back teams going on the road at Dortmund. All right. Next up, Freiburg hosting Mainz. Freiburg wins set at 1.75. Mainz wins set at 4.7. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, another game where I like the over. I think Freiburg is better. I think they'll win this game, but I'm playing the over 2.5 goals. These teams both like score over 1.5 goals a game and allow almost basically the same. So I can see this really getting over 2.5 goals, and not much of a difference between Freiburg winning and the over 2.5 goals. So um, I'll play the over 2.5. I think Freiburg will win, but my play is the over 2.5. What are you doing?
Yeah, the difference between these two also not that big. Yeah, the last 3 games also they played against each other. 2 draws and just one win for the Freiburg with just 1 goal scored that
Yeah,
game.
1-0. Yeah.
So it's also difficult to say. Freiburg mm, also a lean, but also only because they're playing at home and over 2.5 at 1.67. Also a little bit risky, I think, because when these 2 teams played against each other, they don't score a lot. So
Yeah, but
yeah,
if
I
you
think
look
I'll.
if you look a little bit closer, you have to look when Freiburg is playing at home, they basically always both teams basically always score, right? The last 4 games, both teams have scored. Now, if you go back to the last 6, 7 games, only twice have we seen under 2.5 goals. So when it's a different story when Freiburg is playing at home as to when Mainz is playing at home. So I'm just looking at when Freiburg is playing at home, high chance of the over 2.5 goals. But 2 out of the last 3 were a draw, so that's why I'm not sure I'm playing Freiburg for a win, just taking the over 2.5 goals. All right, next up, Gladbach hosting Bremen. Gladbach wins set at 2.1. Bremen wins set at 3.4. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Also think the over 3.5 is a little bit high for this game. I like Gladbach because they're playing at home, but these teams are very close to each other. So which way are you going here?
Yeah, I like Gladbach in this one. Um, Werder Bremen, yeah, I know they when they play at home, they're a little bit better. But yeah, Gladbach one loss and one draw the last two games. I think they lost against Frankfurt. Yeah, that that happens, and a draw against Mainz. Yeah, so against Werder Bremen at home, I think that they're going for the win this time. The last two games were both 2-2 draws. Werder won the last time. Uh, um, um, let's see. Yeah, the last time one of these teams won was when they played against each other. It was Werder. So I think it's time for Gladbach to at least get a win again.
Yeah, and Werder Bremen has just been crazy hot on the road this season. 4 straight wins. Um, Again, if you look a little bit closer, last one, of course, in the DFB Pokal, a 1-0 against Paderborn, and the three previously against Wolfsburg, a 4-2 win. Kind of, I wouldn't say they got lucky, but Wolfsburg played with 10 men for some time of the game, and also against Hoffenheim, they won 4-3, but they were down 3-0 before Hoffenheim received the red card. Then they came back and scored 4 goals. So um, I don't think they're that good on the road. I kind of agree with you. So I think I'm tailing you in this one. I'm also taking Gladbach for a win. All right, that wraps up the
Yeah.
Bundesliga. Let's get to the Premier League. First game, Newcastle United hosting Arsenal. Newcastle wins set at 4. Arsenal wins set at 2. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, if you look at this game, you may think Newcastle 4, that's kind of high. I would agree, but Newcastle this season, man, they have some issues. They've only scored 9 goals over their 9 games, so that's like 1 goal a game. And if you look at the games against the top teams they've played at home, I know they beat Chelsea in midweek in the EFL Cup, but kind of think Chelsea was focused on their big game this weekend against Manchester United. If you look at the other games Newcastle played against top teams, they barely have ball possession. They barely create chances. No, they picked up a draw against City, but they were like outplayed in that game, and that was the first game City played without Rodri. If you look at the other games, not that impressive. So I'm just taking Arsenal here. And also, Newcastle won against Arsenal last season. Um, that's also a reason I'm picking Arsenal. So I think Arsenal will be up for this game. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm looking for the over 2.5 at 1.81. I think that's a very good odd also because Newcastle United, I'm sure they'll score. They'll score at least one goal. So for Arsenal to win, they're gonna have to score 2 times. So I'm sure about that. So I'm going for the over 2.5. Arsenal, I'm not that confident. Arsenal is not the same team they were last season. You know, they they have a lot of games where they don't play that well this season. So Newcastle at home is still very difficult. So I'll just go for the over 2.5.
For that being said, Arsenal, they've only obviously they only have one loss against Bournemouth where they had a lot of injuries. That's for starters. And the other games where they didn't win was a draw like against Liverpool, against City, against Atalanta, and also against Brighton. Against Brighton, they received a red card. All the other games, they haven't looked great, or like the team of last year, but they're still winning. They're still playing better. So I still think Arsenal is the better team here. So just give me Arsenal for a win. All right. Next up, Ipswich Town hosting Leicester City. Ipswich wins set at 2.32. Leicester wins set at 3.2. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now Ipswich still searching for their first win. 4 points, but all draws. Leicester City not great. The name may ring bells, but listen, man, they're not a great team, not this season. I'm leaning towards Ipswich to get their first home win of the season. What are you doing here, Sergio?
I'm I'm leaning the other way. I'm leaning towards Leicester to win this game. No, Leicester is still, I think, but they're still a team that sometimes they keep surprising, and I think Ipswich Town is the right team for them to even get a win, or at least one more win this season. So I'm uh, I'm leaning towards Leicester to win this one. I know it's an away game, yeah, but still, Ipswich Town is. I think Leicester City is still the better team. So
But like
I'm uh,
in which
I'm just
game
going for that.
in which game has Leicester City surprised you this season? Like the only surprise is maybe match day one against Tottenham where they picked up a draw. All the other games they haven't looked great.
Yeah, but against Southampton, they scored at least three times. And Bournemouth was also a win. So yeah, it's uh, losing against Forest, against Manchester United. Yeah, those are team. Yeah, against Arsenal, they also lost. So against Ipswich is a good team to actually get some points.
Yeah, but listen, against Southampton, they were
Ipswich
down.
is not good at all.
Listen, against Southampton's the worst team in the league, just 1 point. And against Southampton, Leicester City was down 2-0. Okay, they scored a goal 2-1. Southampton receives a red card. Then they score two goals, one which is a penalty, and the last one just came in the dying seconds, the 98-minute mark. So Leicester City is not that good. Don't be fooled by the name. I'm not backing Leicester City in this game. Give me Ipswich Town. All right. Next up,
Okay.
say you want to say something?
No. I said okay. We'll see next week, but I'm still going for the Leicester win.
All right, we're on opposite sides. All right, we'll see next week.
Uh,
Next up, Nottingham Forest hosting West Ham. Nottingham wins set at 2.1. West Ham wins set at 3.75. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, I know West Ham has picked up two wins out of the last three games, but both at home, one against Ipswich, one against United, who just fired their coach, and even the win against United, some questions. So I don't think going on the road they're doing anything here. Not against the Nottingham Forest team that surprisingly has been very good this season. So Nottingham is just the better team at home. Give me the better team over 2-1. Odd. Nottingham Forest wins. What are you doing here?
yeah, I agree. Nottingham Forest at home against West Ham. That's I think the best way to go. West Ham, like you said, the win against United. Yeah, I wasn't convinced either. So
Yeah, even though
yeah, I'll just
even though
I'll
you
just go
picked
for
them
the
to win that
Forest win.
game.
Yes, yes, but still, yeah, because it was Manchester United. So,
Yeah. Uh,
but it wasn't convincing as I thought. So, but they still won. But against Nottingham Forest, it will be another story. So I'll this time I'm just going for a Forest win.
all right. Next up, Bournemouth hosting City. Bournemouth wins set at 5.6. City wins set at 1.63. Line for total goals 2.5. Now, you may look at it 1.63, very high odd for City, even though they're playing on the road. They're still playing against Bournemouth. But De Bruyne out, Doku out, Grealish out, Rodri out, Walker out, Akanji questionable, Guardiola questionable. So, a lot of injuries. Not sure I'm backing City here. What are you doing?
Um, over 2.5, 1.6. Hmm, That's I think that's the better way to go. Or both teams to score.
Yeah,
City win.
1.65.
Also possible.
No, I'm not sure City wins this game. Like, okay, both teams to score, I can see 1.65 over 2.5 goals. I can also see that 1.6, and that those are like dead even, almost dead even with City winning at 1.63. So over 2.5 goals and both teams to score, I would play them, especially with these injuries, especially at the back. I think both teams to score the over 2.5 goals is a good option. Not saying City can't win this game, they still can. It's still Guardiola, but those injuries really concern me.
Yeah, me also.
All right. Next up, Southampton hosting Everton. Southampton wins set at 2.6. Everton wins set at 2.88. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, this is a game I'm not even looking at. I'm not playing this game. Southampton's awful. Playing at home, only 1 point, but still, I don't like them. And Everton going on the road. I know they got some fire undefeated in the last five, but no, man, I'm still not backing Everton going on the road. Are you doing something here?
Southampton, of course, got their win uh, during the week. When was it?
Yeah, against Stoke
Hey,
City in the EFL
yes,
Cup.
against Stoke. Yes,
Yeah,
against
but
Stoke.
in the league,
Uh,
still only 1 point.
yeah, but you never know. Maybe it gave them a little bit confidence. But yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with you. A draw seems the best outcome for this game. So I'm gonna skip this one also. Over 2.5. No, I don't think so.
No, no, obviously not. All right. Next up, Liverpool hosting Brighton. Liverpool wins set at 1.41. Brighton wins set at 8. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, these teams played each other a couple days ago in the EFL Cup. Liverpool won 3-2. Now Liverpool goes home. And you know how tough Liverpool is to beat at home, and not just at home, not just this season, just overall. And this season they're even better. 17 goals scored, only five allowed, and just the play. They're playing very well under the new coach. So you have to give him credit. And I can see the same scoreline repeating here. Not exactly 3-2, but Liverpool winning and both teams to score because Brighton also a very high scoring team. So give me Liverpool win, Brighton and both teams to score. What are you doing here?
Over 3.5. I'll try the over 3.5 this game at 2.07. Liverpool, Brighton will definitely score a goal, I think, and you know, Liverpool 2-3. I'll give them 3 goals at least.
Scoring 3 goals again back-to-back games. Possible they can score. Um, I don't think Brighton scored. I'm not sure Brighton scores more than one, so you're really banking on Liverpool to score at least 3 goals.
Yeah,
Possible. It's very
at
possible.
home.
Yeah, at home. I don't hate it. I don't love it. All right. If you look at the last four home games, they scored at least twice. And two times they've scored at least three. So not crazy. Not crazy.
Mm.
You're not crazy on this one. All right. Next up, Wolves hosting Crystal Palace. Wolves win set at 2.55. Palace win set at 2.95. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, obviously, Wolves also still in search of a win, just 2 points on the season. And defense still some issues, 25 goals already allowed. But I still think they're trending upwards. Like if you look at the last 4 or 5 games, you can go further back, but I'll just stay at the last five. Lost to Aston Villa, a very good team. Lost a close game to Liverpool, 2-1. And then against Brentford, I know 5-3, but that was on the road. And Brentford has been good at home this season. Then you lose another close game against City 2-1, and you go on the road and pick up a point against Brighton 2-2, even coming back from down to nothing. So I still think they're trending upwards, and Palace is not that good of a team. So this is the perfect spot for them to get their first win. I'm backing Wolves in this spot. Matter of fact, one of my favorite bets for the weekend. Give me Wolves for a win. What are you doing here?
Ooh, I'm not so sure about that. Crystal Palace, 2 wins in a row.
Yes, and this is where it starts.
Tottenham, Aston Villa. I think the confidence is there. They won the last 3 games against the Wolves. Wolves 6 games without a win, 5 losses.
No,
Um, hmm,
no, I have to
I'm not
say
that strong.
something. I have to say something about the Aston Villa win. Villa didn't feel the strongest 11. I also think they had one eye on the game against Tottenham this weekend. And the win against Tottenham, they were playing at home. Defense, okay, they score one goal. Um, I don't think that approach will help them in this game because when you're playing against Tottenham, you know Tottenham's going to do one thing. They're going to attack, attack, attack. So you can just sit back, rely on the counter. I don't think they can do that in this game. Obviously, now they're playing on the road. So I'm taking Wolves in this spot. Um, Kind of a high shot, but still, I'm going for it. Big swing. Wolves, 2.55. Wolves win. All right. Next up,
Okay, I'm
Tottenham.
going for a Crystal Palace win or over 2.5.
Oh, so you're going against me. All right. No problem. No problem.
Yeah,
We'll see
again.
next week. All right. Next up, Tottenham hosting Aston Villa. Tottenham wins set at 1.97. Villa wins set at 3.75. Line for total goals set at 3.5. Now, I like Tottenham in this spot because they're playing at home. Villa on the road, kind of shaky. I know they haven't lost in the last six on the road and actually only one draw. So, but they still look a little bit shaky on the road. While Tottenham at home, crazy good form. Won the last five. Um, One game they scored one goal, but basically the other games at least twice. Most of them at least three times. So also kind of speaks to the over 3.5. But I'm just taking Tottenham for a win. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Tottenham. It was, of course, a very disappointing loss against Crystal Palace. They played really, really bad that game. I watched it and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I think Tottenham had like two or three chances the whole game. So uh, very, very bad game. So Tottenham, they have to come back this game against Aston Villa. They're playing at home. So I'm also going for a Tottenham win.
Yeah, and a good bounce back in midweek in the EFL Cup, although City kind of fielded obviously not the strongest 11, but maybe their JV team. But still, you won against City 2-1 in midweek. That should also give you some confidence heading into this game. Well, Villa also didn't field the strongest 11, but still lost to Crystal Palace. So, all right. Next up, Manchester United hosting Chelsea. United wins set at 2.7. Chelsea wins set at 2.6. Line for total goals 3.5. I don't think we're seeing the over 3.5 goals here. I know United won against Leicester City 5-2, but listen, like I said a couple minutes ago, it's Leicester City. The name may ring bells. They're not a good team. Now you go against Chelsea. Um, I still think Chelsea's the better team, especially this season. So I'm taking Chelsea for a win here. United, yeah, new coach obviously fired their coach. Kind of rumors that some players didn't like Ten Hag, other players they like Ten Hag. So not sure what's going on there. A lot of rumbling. I'm still taking Chelsea in this game. What are you doing?
I'm going for United. Sorry, man. I keep going against you today. No, I'm going for a United win. Just fired their coach. Um, so usually that gives the players, yeah, the team, the new coach a boost. I'm just going for a United win at home. The crowd will be backing them, so
Yeah,
I'm
but
uh,
yeah,
I'm just going for a United win.
it gives the team a boost. Usually when they didn't like their coach. And I'm not sure all the players and hated Ten Hag here. I think some players liked him. At least that's what we're hearing. And listen, man, United,
I think the Dutch players like them, so
uh, maybe so. But listen, man, United, they had two problems. One, of course, and they got rid of that was Ten Hag. But the other is still the players. They don't really have talented players on their roster. Like they don't really have too many talented players on the roster, and that was a Ten Hag problem because those are all the players he bought. So I still think Chelsea obviously has the better players. They're the better team. No way I can back United in this spot. Give me Chelsea. I know you're going against me. We'll see next week, but I'm taking Chelsea. All right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Let's
That
go.
now one more game in the Premier League. Monday game. Fulham hosting Brentford. Fulham wins set at 2.08. Brentford wins set at 3.6. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now usually we don't like the Monday games. I also don't like the Monday games. But I do like Fulham in this spot. Brentford lost every road game. Fulham kind of on a bad stretch, and now they go back home. So a good spot to bounce back and get a win again. Like I said, Brentford not good on the road. Give me Fulham. Are you doing something here?
Yeah. No. Just I'm not betting this game also, but backing you on this one. If you're gonna put some money on this game, I would go for Fulham also.
All right. Now that wraps up the Premier League. Let's get to La Liga. First game, Osasuna hosting Valladolid. Osasuna wins set at 1.63. Valladolid wins set at 6. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now I just have to take Osasuna in this spot. They've been very good this season, especially at home. At home, I lost the last game against Betis, but before that, 4 straight wins, even one against Barcelona. So I think the game against Betis was kind of a slip up. Well, Valladolid, second to worst team in the league. So obviously you just have to take Osasuna here. What are you doing?
Yeah, Osasuna or the over 2.5. I have a feeling at least 3 goals are going to be scored this game. So Osasuna, but I think I'll rather go for the over 2.5.
Yeah, Valladolid has already allowed 23 goals this season. I know a lot came in one game against Barcelona, but still, 23 goals allowed. It says something. Over 2.5, not a bad play. All right. Next up, Girona hosting Leganes. Girona wins set at 1.74. Leganes wins set at 6. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, both teams kind of up and down this season. Leganes only one loss in the last five. That was against Atletico Madrid. Girona, 2 losses in the last five. And even if you look at Girona's home form, not great, just 2 wins in the last six.
Mhm.
So I kind of have trouble backing Girona, but the lean is still towards Girona. I don't think Leganes can go on the road and win this game. What are you doing here?
Yeah, Leganes won 3 out of the last 4 games. So yeah, but still, I would still go for Girona win, and only because they're playing at home, and they're still supposed to be a better team than Leganes.
Yeah,
So
and 3 out of the last 4 games Leganes won. Two were at home against Celta and Valladolid. The other one on the road was against listen man, I can't even spell the name. Ciudad de Lucena.
Ciudad de Lesina, yes.
Yeah, something like that.
Copa del Rey, Copa del Rey,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Before that, not a great form on the road, so I still like Girona in the spot. All right, there were supposed to be 2 more games Saturday, Villarreal hosting Rayo and Valencia hosting Real Madrid. Those games got canceled because of some now if you watch the news, there's something going on in those cities. So we'll get to the Sunday games.
Yeah, a flood.
Yeah, yeah. So those games got canceled. Let's get to the Sunday games. First game, Atletico Madrid hosting Las Palmas. Atletico wins set at 1.32. Las Palmas wins set at 10.5. Line for total set at 2.5. Now, Atletico, they have some issues, but I still will back them in this game. They're playing at home. Um, Listen, Las Palmas, not great. They have some surprising not even wins, but surprising results. But going at Atletico Madrid, not sure, I don't think they're winning this game at all. So this would be a good game to parlay with Frankfurt. Atletico wins and Frankfurt win. That gives you some good odds. That would be my play here. Other than that, not really doing much. Are you doing something here?
Yeah, but Las Palmas scored 11 goals in the last 3 games. So that's a lot. No, no, against what was it? Fontinena, CF.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they scored seven. They
Confederation.
scored seven in that game. Yeah,
Yeah, yes, they scored 7 goals. So, yeah, but no. Jokes aside, I'll also go for Atletico Madrid. Also looking at the over 2.5, I think that's a possibility. Also, you get a little bit more, 1.66. Yeah, I think I'll just go for the over 2.5.
all right. Next up, Barcelona hosting Espanyol. Barcelona wins set at 1.13. Not 1.3 or 30, 1.13. Espanyol wins set at
Yes,
21. Line for total goals 4.5. So
21.
not really playing anything in this game. Are you doing something?
No, I'm also gonna skip this one. Kamini is not with Espanyol anymore, so I just think that a lot of goals will be scored and Barcelona will just win. Yeah, this derby used to mean something a few years ago. So, but yeah,
No, Espanyol's a different team.
now it's totally gone.
Yeah. Yeah, Espanyol's a different team. All right. Next up, Sevilla hosting Real Sociedad. Sevilla wins set at 3. Sociedad wins set at 2.7. Line for total goals set at 1.5. Now, I think this is the first game where we get goals posted at 1.5. So they're not expecting a lot of goals. And I kind of agree with that. Real Sociedad had trouble scoring at the beginning of the season. Then they kind of picked it up. But the last game against Osasuna, lost again 2-0, didn't score, still had 75% ball possession, 19 shots, 9 on goal. So how do you not score in that game? I'm not sure. So I still think they have some goal scoring issues. While Sevilla kind of up and down, but only one loss in the last 6 games against Barcelona. So Sevilla's kind of in better form. They're playing at home, so leaning towards Sevilla in this game. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm also leaning towards Sevilla, but yeah, only because they're playing at home. Real Sociedad, no, even losing against what was it, Osasuna
Yeah.
at home. Yeah, so mm, I'm I would just go for the Sevilla win also. Very interesting one.
All right. Next up, Athletic Bilbao hosting Real Betis. Bilbao wins set at 1.95. Betis wins set at 4.3. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, Bilbao, obviously a tough team to play at home. They have one loss against Atletico Madrid, a 1-0 loss, but other than that, their home form has been great, actually. While Betis on the road, not good. Okay, last 2 games they won, but last one, another Copa del Rey game 6-1 against Gevora. Gevora. The other one, kind of an upset against Osasuna, a surprising win 2-1. But before that, a very bad road form. So just have to take Bilbao in this spot. Give me Bilbao for a win. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I agree with you this time. I'm also going for the Bilbao win. Yeah, playing at home, so yeah, definitely Bilbao.
All right. Next up, another Monday game. Celta hosting Getafe. Celta wins set at 1.94. Getafe wins set at 4.6. Line for total goals 2.5. Now I'm just gonna take Celta. Like I said again, don't like the Monday games, but still gonna take Celta in this spot. They're in desperate need of a win. Okay, they won the last game, another Copa del Rey game, but before that, 2 losses and just one over the last 5 league games. And Getafe, not sure they can really score or really hang with Celta. Celta has some defensive issues, only already 20 goals allowed, but they have scored 17 while Getafe has only scored 8 goals, so averaging less than a goal a game. Not sure Getafe will keep up with Celta. Give me Celta for a win with another Monday game. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, I think I'll also go for a Celta win. They're playing at home. Yeah, Monday. Getafe not so good. Yeah, so yeah, just go for a Celta win.
All right. Now that wraps up La Liga. Let's get to Serie A. First game, Bologna hosting Lecce. Bologna wins set at 1.66. Lecce wins set at 6.25. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, not a lot to say in this game. Just give me Bologna. Lecce is just awful. No, they won their last game, so their bellies will be full. Going on the road, they're not repeating that performance. They have trouble scoring goals. So just give me Bologna for a win. What are you doing here?
Yeah, Bologna win also. I think they surprised me against what who was it? Yes, Cagliari
Yes.
for a win. Didn't think they were gonna win that one, but they did. So yeah, and now they're playing at home with the confidence from the game against Cagliari. I think they'll get a win against Lecce also.
Yeah, and they haven't won at home yet on the season. All of their games have been draws. Kind of crazy. But listen, man, Lecce has only scored 4 goals in those 10 games, one in the last one they won. So Lecce not scoring too much overall, and obviously not in this game. So just give me Bologna for a win. All right. Next up, Udinese hosting Juve. Udinese wins set at 4.2. Juventus wins set at 2. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, if you look at, I know the last couple of games, Juventus, a lot of goals against Parma 2-2, against Inter 4-4, but still, I don't trust Udinese to score too much in this game. I'm just gonna take Juve for a win. They haven't won in 3 and only one win in the last 5. And Motak already kind of speaked out about his players needing to perform better. Um, Obviously, Juve is the better team. Just give me Juve for a win. What are you doing here?
Yeah, yeah, I'm also going for a Juve win. The odds surprised me also. Juve is actually one of my best bets this weekend, so I'm just going for a Juve win.
Yeah, usually when we both have the same best bet, it doesn't go well. But I also have I also have Juve locked in for a best bet this weekend. So we're in lockstep there. All right, next up, Monza hosting AC
Yeah.
Milan. Monza wins set at 5.5. AC Milan wins set at 1.71. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, AC Milan lost against Napoli in midweek, but man, we'll get to Napoli in a second. But Napoli's just on fire. The first loss in 3 games, but still only 2 wins in the last 5. So um, have some issues, but the 3 losses, like I said, one against Napoli, tremendous form. Another one, a road game against Fiorentina and against Leverkusen. So obviously, Monza is not on that level. So AC Milan should bounce back here and get the win. Give me AC Milan for a win. What are you doing?
Yeah, also going for AC Milan. Let's see. I think it was the over. Yes, over 2.5. 1.85. Also interesting. I'd rather go for the over 2.5 at 1.85. More worth than AC Milan win.
Yeah, I agree with you. The over 2.5 also an interesting bet. All right. Next up, Napoli hosting Atalanta. Napoli wins set at 2.06. Atalanta wins set at 3.75. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, Napoli kind of started the season, let's say a bit rough. But then Conte spoke out about needing some more players. Not sure he really got his wish, but they added some players and now they just look tremendous. Even beating AC Milan on the road in midweek. Now they go home, host Atalanta. Atalanta's they're a good team. But listen, man, how can you go against Napoli with the form they're in? What are you doing here?
Yeah, now Napoli's form is crazy. Yes, I know, and I don't think that Atalanta is a team that can really trouble them at home. So you have two options here that are very interesting: the over 2.5, 1.82, and also a Napoli win. Yeah, those are the two best options for this game. Or
Yeah.
Napoli win, both teams to score. I think you'll also get a lot for that one.
Yeah. I agree with you. I know Napoli has only allowed 5 goals on the season. Very good defensively, but Atalanta has scored 26. So you know Atalanta can score. So if Napoli were to win, they probably need to score more than one. So I kind of agree with you. I also like the over 2.5 goals. All right, next up, Torino hosting Fiorentina. Torino wins set at 3.4. Fiorentina wins set at 2.35. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, another game where the teams are kind of going in opposite directions. Torino 1 win in the last 5, while Fiorentina has racked up 5 straight wins and undefeated in 7. So also tremendous form, but don't like them in this spot. Not going on the road against Torino. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm still leaning towards Fiorentina actually. Yeah, yeah, I'm I'm gonna try it. I'm just going for a Fiorentina win. You know, like yeah, 6 games, just 1 win against Como. So I'll I'll just go for a Fiorentina.
Hey, man, I don't think Torino's winning this game, but I don't like Fiorentina going on the road. Now, the last time Fiorentina won on the road and against Torino was never. They've never won on the road and at Torino. So, and I kind of feel like a slip up is coming. So I'm just staying away from this game, not backing Torino because they're awful, but also not taking Fiorentina. Probably not betting this game. All right. Next up, Verona hosting Roma. Verona wins set at
So
5.
so you're actually saying that this is the best chance for Fiorentina?
Best chance for Fiorentina to win. Yeah, yeah, obviously there's the best chance to pick up the first win and at Torino, but I'm not sure they'll do that. But they're in great form, but I just feel like a slip up is coming, and like I said, tremendous form, but look a little bit closer on the road form, just a 1-0 win against Genoa. Then the last 3 road games they won a 6-0 win against Lecce. That was kind of a one-off. Lecce's an awful team, and Lecce received a red card fairly early in that game. And another road win against Sint Gallen in the Conference League. But who really watches the Conference League, right? All right. Next up, Verona hosting
Yeah,
Roma.
no, not a lot of people. So yeah.
Yeah, all right. Verona hosting Roma. Verona wins set at 5. Roma wins set at 1.78. Line for total goals 2.5. Another best bet of mine, Roma winning. I know Roma's had some issues. Good win against Torino in midweek, just a 1-0 win. 2 wins over the last 5 games, and this is the perfect opponent to pick up a 2-game winning streak. Verona not good, 1 win in the last 5 games at home. If you look at the last 7 games, only 1 win, 6 losses, even lost against Lecce. So how can you back Verona? Just give me Roma in this game. What are you doing?
Yeah, but I'm still not that confident about Roma. I will just go for the over 2.5. I think Hellas Verona will definitely score a goal. So if Roma wants to win, they're gonna have to score at least 2 goals, and I think that will happen. So I'm just going for the over 2.5.
All right. Uh, I also like the over 2.5. All right, next up, Inter hosting Venezia. Inter wins set at 1.19. Yes, you heard that correct, 1.19. So obviously a game I'm not really looking to do anything. Total goals 3.5. Not playing the over, also not playing the under. Are you doing something here?
No, over. I think just a little bit too much. 3.5. Yeah, no, that doesn't happen a lot in Italy. So no, I'll just skip this one also.
All right. Now that wraps up Serie A. Let's get to the Eredivisie. First game, Willem 2 hosting Twente. Willem 2 wins set at 5.8. Twente wins set at 1.7. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, perfect opponent for Twente to pick up another win. They just smashed Heracles 5-0. I think they were a bit mad about a 4 game winless run. So 5-0 win against Heracles, a perfect opponent to keep up your winning streak. And also Twente did not play in midweek while Willem II was involved. Also a game that went to extra time. So Twente, perfect spot. Give me Twente for a win. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going for the over 2.5. I'm actually hesitating a little bit about Twente. Yeah, it seems to not go their way, these last games. So I'm I'm just going for the over 2.5 at 1.96. I think that's a very good odd.
All right. Next up, Heracles hosting Breda. Heracles wins set at 2.4. Breda wins set at 3.15. Line for total goals set at 2.5. I don't have a bet in this game. I know Breda is a team that somehow is in the top 10 with a -4 goal difference. I still don't think they're a good team. They'll find their way down. This may be one of those games. I'm not betting this game. Are you doing something here?
Leaning towards Heracles only because they haven't won in a game in the Eredivisie in a while. So at home against NAC, like you said, NAC not one of the best teams. I also don't know how it's possible for them to be in the top 10 with a -4 goals.
Yeah, that's just
So they, it's their coach is like some kind of magician, I think. So yeah, I'm leaning towards Heracles for a win, but
all
it's just a lean, only because they're playing at home.
Yeah, that also would be my lead. All right, next up, Ajax hosting PSV. Ajax wins set at 3.25. PSV wins set at 2.2. Line for total goals set at 3.5. I like the over 3.5 goals, but best bet, one of my best bets for the weekend, PSV winning this game. I know Ajax, they're getting some love, won against Feyenoord in midweek. But listen, man, PSV on a different level. Ajax is not winning this game. Give me PSV for a win. One of my best bets. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'm hesitating, but just a little bit. Nobody expected them to win from Feyenoord, Ajax, and PSV. I think with Schouten, Schouten is somebody that they would really need against Ajax, and yeah, he's not playing, and also
Veerman also out.
yeah, Veerman is also not joining the party. So uh, PSV, what is it, 10 wins now in a row. So you know that a loss is coming closer. So I'm hesitating about this game. I'm leaning more towards Ajax or a draw. So I would just go for a yeah double chance Ajax.
Now, this is the perfect game where you would think Ajax has a chance, surprising win against Feyenoord. Like, oh, maybe they're good, maybe they're good. Yes, and they're a good team, but not great this season. They've really had some issues. Very close win against Willem II last weekend. Against Heracles, shipped 3 goals, barely snuck out a win. And they still have some issues. PSV just and I know they're missing 2 key players, but still a much better team. So give me PSV for a win. All right, next up, Fortuna hosting Heerenveen. Fortuna wins set at 2.14. Heerenveen wins set at 3.65. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now Heerenveen, a team that can't buy a win on the road. So guess you have to just take Fortuna here. Yes, Heerenveen won their last Rose game against what was it? IJsselmeer Vogels. Listen, man. Other than that, they've lost every road game. So you just have to take Fortuna here. Um, Not great at home. 3 wins in the last 5, but still solid home team. So I just have to take Fortuna here. What are you doing?
Yeah, Fortuna, they don't win 3 games in a row a lot. Yeah, but but okay, against the Treffers, yeah, doesn't really count.
No, not at all.
So yeah, I'll think I'll join you with this one and just go for a Fortuna win.
All right. Next up, Feyenoord hosting AZ. Feyenoord wins set at 1.72. AZ wins set at 5.5. Line for total goals set at 2.5. Now, surprising loss for Feyenoord at home during a midweek matchup. But Feyenoord, they're not losing back-to-back road games, right? You would say, right? Tough place to play. But then again, AZ haven't won in 6. Very desperate need of points. Something's got to give here. What are you doing?
Yeah, Feyenoord is playing at home, so I think it will just be a win for Feyenoord only because they're playing at home. AZ, yeah, sorry to say it, but I think this will be number 7 without a win. So yeah, but I'm just going for a Feyenoord win.
Yeah, I'm tailing you in this one, and I'll one up you. I'll take Feyenoord win and both teams to score. All right. Next up, Go Ahead Eagles hosting Peck. Go Ahead Eagles win set at 1.68. Peck win set at 5.4. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Don't really have a play in this game. Think you have to take Go Ahead Eagles. Didn't play during the week. Well, Peck played a game, extra time. Lost 4-3 to NEC. So, um, like Go Ahead Eagles, don't love them. But that would be my play here. What are you doing?
Yeah, go ahead, Eagles. Like you said, Pack Swallow. They're playing an away game, so yeah, always difficult for them. Even the home games, uh, just to say. So yeah, I'm going for a go ahead Eagles here. For a go ahead Eagles win also at 1.67. That's I think a good odd.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Sparta hosting Utrecht. Sparta wins set at 2.63. Utrecht wins set at 2.75. Line for the goal set at 2.5. Now, last week we both faded Utrecht. They lost, of course, 2-0 against Feyenoord. Talked about the close games they were playing. And listen, man, that continues in midweek. Playing against FC Lisse, just a 2-1 win. Um, Now they go on the road against Sparta. Sparta hasn't been impressive. Um, no, yeah, one win in the last 5. Also in the cup. If you go back, if you eliminate that game, also one win in the last 5 against RKC. So I think the odds about right here. Almost to pick 'em. Which way are you going here?
Um, I'm leaning towards Sparta because they're playing at home, and one of the teams that, just like Manchester United, fired their coach this week. So I think that will give the team a boost again. So I'm leaning towards Sparta to win this game. Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with you on this one. Utrecht also hasn't lost yet on the road, and the games they're playing on the road are just way too close, man. A 1-1
Yeah.
against Erveen, 2-1 win against Breda, where they actually snuck
Should have
out a
lost.
win. Yeah, they
Yeah.
snuck out the win. Then also another 2-1 win and 1-0 against Groningen, and in midweek a 2-1 win against FC Lisse, which I had never heard of previously. So I I'm joining you this one, Sparta win. All right, next up, NEC hosting Groningen. NEC wins set at 1.93. Groningen wins set at 4.5. Line for total goal set at 2.5. Now, last week we both liked Groningen winning against Fortuna. And then when the game started, I was like, what the hell was I thinking? Backing Groningen in a road game. So obviously
Mm.
not doing that this weekend. Will you?
uh, yes, yes. I, they can't keep losing. It's okay. They won against Colping boys, yeah, but still, that doesn't count. So they still haven't won a game, at least not in the Eredivisie. So in a long time, to be clear. So
Yes.
I don't
And
know.
and and
I'm
and the goals they scored against Kolping Boys, first time they scored in the last 4 games.
yes. So, but let's just say I'm going for the over 2.5. I won't go for the Groningen win or NEC. No, it's I'll just go for the over 2.5 here.
Yeah,
With 1.93, that's a very interesting one.
yeah, I agree with you. The over 2.5 is obviously a better play than Groningen winning. And listen, man, they may surprise, but how can you put your money on them? No way. All right. Next up, RKC hosting Almere City. RKC wins set at 2.85. Almere City wins set at 2.65. Line for Zorro goals set at 2.5. Not sure how many people will be watching this game outside of the two teams that are playing this game. It's gonna be an awful game. The two worst teams in the league. RKC just 1 point. Almere City, I know 6 point, but only 5 goals scored. Not sure we're seeing too many goals in this game, but I do think this is the perfect opponent for RKC to get their win. You're playing at home. You're playing another bottom feeder, not a bottom feeder, a team that's really at the bottom. So you just have to win this game if you want any chance to survive in the Eredivisie this season. So give me RKC for a win. What are you doing?
Yeah, and I agree. And also the win against Vitesse in the cup maybe gave them a little bit more confidence also. So like you said, there's no other option for them but winning. So against Almere City, I think this is, if they win a game this season, this is the only chance you'll get Almere City at home
Yes.
for a win. So just go for an RKC win, yes.
Yes, and listen, I hope the win against Vitesse gives them some confidence. I'm not sure how much confidence I would get from that win because Vitesse is second to last
Yeah.
in the Keukenkampioen. So I don't know how much that win counts, but Almere City not a great team, so can't trust them going on the road. Give me RKC for a win. All right, that wraps up now the Eredivisie and also all picks and leads for the upcoming weekend. Quick recap for our best bets. Wolfsburg, I like Wolfsburg over 1.5 goals. Going for another Wolves, I like Wolves winning against Crystal Palace. I'm going to parlay Atletico Madrid and Frankfurt for one. And then I like Celta for a win, Fulham for a win, 2 Monday games. Still going for those. And I like Juventus and PSV. What are you doing, Sergio?
Yeah, I have Heidenheim, Dortmund for a win, Crystal Palace for a win, Tottenham, and of course Manchester United. I have AC Milan, Heracles, and Feyenoord.
All right. Don't like the United pick. And also don't. No worries. All right. We'll see you next week. Thanks everybody for joining in. Like we always say, bet smart, bet with your head, set your limits, and stay within your means. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, a good weekend.